Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rebel Racing Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and man, we are here at the old Atlanta. We're calling it the old Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're not racing at that new super speedway. We're racing at the old one. And man, I am excited for round one of the playoffs for race number 2. And we got a show for you tonight as point standings all close. Mike Kosick sitting on that cutoff spot, but nobody is safe with 26 cars in the field. Second all the way down to 12th are in danger of falling out of the top 8. And so we got 2 races to do it. But tonight we're doing it in Atlanta. Easiest way to get it done is win and move on. So we got some guys looking to get that W tonight, and maybe even some spoilers in the field. As we get to the grid, we got to jump right into it. We can't waste any time. There's 26 people in the field tonight, so we got to roll. So peg leg Felts pole award. Jonathan Cofield gonna take that award with a 31.718. Starting outside the front row, Jonah Colbert. Starting inside of row number 2 is Kent Hunley. Starting 4th is Jason Warren. Alan Renecki starting in 5th. Daniel Pope starting 6th. Starting 7th, Michael Nash. Starting 8th, Ray Page. Starting 9th, Michael Kosick. Starting 10th, Stephen McDonald. Starting 11th, Matt Clement. Starting 12th, Mickey Isaac. Starting 13th, Greg Froning. Starting 14th, Josh Oswald. Starting 15th, Brandon Wallace. 16th, Chuck Feltz. 17th, Dave Jones. 18th, there that caught. 19th, Kai Shepard. 20th, Cody Bame. 21st is Brandon Pollock. 22nd, Tyler Rice. 23rd, Aaron Johnson. 24th, Jason Lottridge. And 25th, Charles Stevens Jr. And Thomas Sly. I don't know why it says caution, but Thomas Sly starting in 26th position. Everybody is gridded up. And we look right here at the schedule, looking at it. 10-14, that's today, Atlanta. You see, round 1, we got the cutoff race next week. So this is a really, really important week to get some points if you need them. Like I said in the opener, the standings extremely, extremely close as we. Oh. We'll try to bring the standings up, but it's not coming up. There we go. There you have it. There's the standings right there as we fumble along. You see Jason Moore down at the bottom, but you see the points totals in such a way that it wouldn't take one bad race for about anybody to drop them pretty far down. But not a huge spread from second all the way down to second place. Jonathan Cofield, though, with those 3 wins, been really, really dominant. He's got a pretty good lead, which you would see himself get on into the round of 8 without much issue. But want to be safe and sorry. I can't remember. Trying to see. Yeah, Aaron Adcock won last week at Dover. Fantastic race. So. Not in the playoffs, so nobody locked in just yet. So anybody in that top 12 with a win, move on to the next round. Love to get it done today. Starting it off right with the pole. The pace car going to pull off the track, and we got 100 laps here in Atlanta. Good old abrasive track, Atlanta. It's going to put on some of the best racing. Guys have to be careful on the initial start. These tires are pretty cold, clear green here, and Jonah Colbert actually gets a jump. I don't know if he'll get a penalty for that. He's pretty far out there. We'll see how that goes. Lead with Jason Warren on the outside of Kent Huntley. So I'll try to work on that. Sort of new. Turn down the sound a little bit. It's just got out of a race, so trying to get everything up and going. But right now, Jonah Colbert, Jonathan Cofield, Jason Warren, Daniel Pope, your top 4 with Kent Hunley. Under fire from Alan Renecki. Alan Renecki, a extremely, extremely fast rider. I'm going to be honest with you. This whole field is full of studs. And it's going to be really, really hard to pick a champion right now. Who's going to be contender to win this thing? I just ain't got a dang clue. There's so many strong drivers. So right now, everything good. Lap 3 of 100. Everybody's starting to get a little single file, start to work their way to the front. Tire saving probably going to be a premium here as we look up front. Jonathan Cofield looking down, maybe peeking, maybe I'll go down to the inside. Can't really tell. He looks down there, and he's going to take that spot. Jonah going to drive down the corner, though. Not going to just give it up. He's going to power it up, that 31 machine on the outside. And is going to be able to hang on to it for now. We'll see the run that he gets down the front straightaway. Pretty good one, but Cofield's still there as they go into one. And Cofield looking that left front right on the white line, just like Kevin Harvick used to do. Used to be so strong across the bottom, but right through 1 and 2, right now, at least on cold tires, looks like the outside pretty strong. Can at least hold off drivers. You don't want to get up there too far, or too much, as it will burn the tires up. So we'll see what guys are doing. Go back here. We have got a cluster, you know what, of drivers. Michael Kostick, Ray Page right in front of him. Kent Hundley falling back a little bit. And man, these guys are putting on a show. Of course, this Arca car, we talk about it all the time, just one of the best racing cars on the oval. You can put it on any track, and it's just a blast. Doesn't seem to have as much effect on the aero. Doesn't seem to affect it as much, just a little bit, but not as much as other cars. It slides around a little bit. It's just a real fun car. But man, these guys are racing hard here early. See Kostick making that outside line work. They're 2 by 2 back here with Michael Nash leading this little group right here. Look at Matt Clement there in that pink and black faster pair. No next faster pair, 19. Go up front. Cofield able to take that spot away. Go back and see how he did it. Looks like Jonah may be attempting another. It looks like Cofield gets up to the outside, and that was a ticket that he needed to get that outside and able to take that lead. Jonah Colbert all over the back bumper, though. Lucky might try to repay the favor, jump up to the outside, just not quite able to do it. He's going to drive down into the corner up on the high side. Woo, that looks like a lot of fun. It's a big run down the back straightaway. Going to look down to the inside. He's here to race. Oh, going to get tight here in the middle of the corner. Cofield racing for a championship. Jonah not a part of the championship, but still racing for the win. And I trust these two a lot to race clean, so they're out there having a blast, racing for the lead. Of course, now racing side by side does allow these guys to catch up. You see Jason Warren about 2/10 faster than these guys running side by side, and he is slowly working his way into the picture here. You'll see right there. That's the 45 of Jason Warren. As we watch from Jason Warren's view of this battle between Jonah and Jonathan Cofield, definitely see he's happened too. You don't see that steering wheel turning almost at all. The tape's staying right at the top. It means that it's pretty loose on the entry, and just turning just enough. Using the brake, you can definitely tell he's off the throttle. You're not able to drive it in there extremely fast. Get off the gas. He's rolling, turning a little bit. Get back on the throttle as soon as possible. Keep that momentum up, and he's doing a great job. Tires seem to be coming to him after 11 laps. He's falling in the tire tracks of these fellas right here and still making them time on him. Go back here, check out some of these battles going on. Chuck Pegleg Phelps Well, these two right here can't get away from each other. Last night in the Apex series here on Rebel Racing Network, they raced each other all night long. And they find each other around, racing around each other again. Like Chuck falling back a little bit. Charles Stevens Jr. in that 88, he's moving forward. He's moved up 7 spots where he started. So that 88 machine looking good. Right behind him, Kai Shepard in that STP 43. And then running the top, Brandon Pollock in that Monster Energy Impala SS. Ooh, Cody Bain. A little surprised by Charles Stevens Jr., but he had that run on the top side and was able to make that work. Top side looking really, really strong. Be interested to see how it plays out at the end of a run, but right now it looks like if you want to make some passes, that's the place to do it. Great racing going on all over the track as we go back here and check on a couple drivers had to start from the pits tonight. A little penalty from last week, a little contact between these two. Having some guys just racing hard, tempers start to flare, and right now they are racing for 25th and 26th as they are some 18 seconds behind the field. They desperately need a caution to get caught back up. That's Aaron Johnson, Jason Lottridge. Let's go back in front, though. Jason Warren able to get around the 31 machine and set his sights on the 58. Now, 2 playoff drivers running 1-2. Jason Warren sitting 12th, quite a few points out of first place, needing a win to really get himself in the lock himself into the round of 8, but running second up here at the front, maybe get up there and lead a lap. That would help a lot if he can finish up here as well. So doing a good job so far. Got first place in points, sitting in first, and last place in the playoffs. Running second, he's looking to the inside at 58. F45 is looking racy. Wants to get up there and get a lap lead. Not going to do it this time, but it looks like he is a little bit faster, so we'll see what he can do. Jason Warren really improved on the tire saving. It's one thing that if he was going to tell you, going to pull a nice little slider here up in the middle of turn 1 and 2. See if Cofield willing to ride, if he's going to come back at him. Looks down, takes a peek down to the inside, but Jason Warren takes over the lead. And he will lead this lap. But Jason Warren, you know, admittedly and self-admittedly, he would say just not very good at tire saving at these big tracks. But, man, this last season, though, I think he has turned the corner as far as that goes. And has made a lot of strides in taking care of his tires and being there at the end of a long run. So look out the back window or the back bumper of Cofield. Jonah Colbert getting a little racy, trying to come back. Starting to fade just a little bit after getting up there early. See a couple more drivers, Daniel Pope and Al Renecki in the picture. Top line looks strong, just doesn't look like Jonah can really do anything with it. Needs to get runs down the straightaway, but can't really get to the back bumper of Cofield. And you see, going to jump down to the inside now. Has to check up just a little bit, but gets back on the gas. Great battle up here. It's a lot of fun. Go back in the field just a little bit. right outside the top 10, man. Look at this mess of cars. You got Josh Oswald in the STP look-alike 17. You got the 01 of Mickey Isaac, 23 of Aaron Adcock, last week's winner. Brandon Wallace, number 99. You got Charles Stevens Jr. making his way up in here, along with Greg Froelich. So just a ton of cars here. It almost looks like Daytona, Talladega back here, as these guys look like they're racing in a pack. Guys really able to make that top side work. Able to get the runs on these guys. If you're running the bottom and you're side by side, you just got to be super patient if you're the 23. Can't push it. Wow, as Charles Stevens drove really hard in the corner and slid up. Don't know if he was trying to pull a slider on somebody or what, but almost got into the wall. He luckily had a little gap there to stick his car through. That 23 machine, last week's winner, he is on the move already. Started 18th, not a very good qualifying effort, but he has been able to slice and dice his way through the field and is looking good. About to crack the top 10. Up front, got a battle for third place, Jonah Colbert. Gonna let those tires cool off. He's hoping to maybe get down in pit road and get some new tires on it. But running that high line, man, it's a lot of fun, but I don't know if that's good for longevity on the tires. Just haven't seen that work in a while, unless you're at Kansas or Bristol. But you see him working top side, low side in different parts of the track. But right now, Daniel Pope showing the patience. Daniel started in 6th, made up 1 spot, but he is slowly working his way up to the front, running time just as fast as these guys. He is peeking to the inside of Jonah now. Let's see what he's able to get this pass done. Daniel Pope takes that spot away, move him up to the 4th position. Number 16 looking fast. Now, as far as how far guys can go on fuel and tires, don't have that data. They got 3 sets of tires, so you ain't got much to play with. Luckily, there hasn't been a lot of cautions, so that's going to work out pretty well. But that 3 sets of tires means 1 that they started on, and dadgum if they ain't got but 2 more after that. So we saw some tire strategy play out last week. If we get some oddly timed cautions, we might see some of that play out here. But if it goes green, we're looking at probably, if you can make it to 50 on fuel, you're going to run it all the way out. If you can't make it to lap 50, around 35, I expect people to start making their pit stops. And Al Renecki drove all the way past Jonathan Cofield. Now he's to the inside of Jason Warren. 72 machine going up to the front. Oh, gets a little tight off the corner. It gets really, really close to the 45. Didn't see there was any contact, so they're still keeping it straight, but looks like the 72 really, really good from the middle off. Oh, don't know if he's going to clear him there. He's not. But, oh, he does. So 72 does clear the 45. So new leader, Al Renecki. But look, Jonathan Cofield following in his tire tracks. As you can definitely see, guys are doing all kinds of different things out here playing. Not really playing games, but just guys saving at different times, fighting with each other, deciding when to a good time to really push the car, letting the tires cool off. You saw Cofield go back a little bit. Now he's going to the front. He's always been in front, but he is moving forward, going to try to stay with the 72 machine. Man, this Arca series is one of the most competitive series I've ever seen. Top to bottom, just extremely, extremely strong. As, Oswald, caution is out. Josh Oswald goes around. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened to the 17. Check it up into the corner. The 99 of Brandon Wallace gets into the back of him, and Greg Froenig nowhere to go. 17 goes around. Brandon Wallace following the kill the 17 protocol and takes out the 17. Obviously not on purpose, but sends him around. Well, I expect to see everybody come down pit road, as it's a good time to come down and take tires. If you don't take tires, it'll be a bad it's going to be a bad next few laps. It looks like we're trending green, so you got to come down and take tires here. You can't save a set. You might save a set the next time around, but not here. Al Renecki with Cofield. Oh, Renecki slides through. That's going to, oh, he's not able to get it on the second. He had to double pump to get it in pit road. And so that's a tough deal for Al Renecki. Definitely going to lose a couple spots from that, most likely. Cofield, see the battle off pit road as they're spinning their tires. Jason Warren going to win the battle off pit road. Jonathan Cofield in second. And Al Renecki falls back to third after sliding through that pit stall. Man, I said nobody would stay out, but man, that's really surprising. Right now, Kai Shepard, Aaron Johnson still on the track. Don't know if they'll come down this time, but man, they are going to be so off the pace. And if we go green, the problem with this, if, you know, saving a set, if that's exactly what they're doing, if you try to save a set here and we get a long run, you're in danger of going a lap down on these old tires. And they wisely come down and make that pit stop. So I give the lead back to the 45 of Jason Warren. You know, this racetrack, just can't believe they made it a super speedway. You know, people who do these racetracks and design them and decide on reconfigurations, they're a lot smarter than I am, so I'm not going to pretend to know the economics and what they see. I know super speedway racing is pretty popular, but man, to take down old Atlanta, just a tough deal to see this track go. It's one of the best, some of the best finishes in NASCAR have happened at this track, and I can almost guarantee that there'll be a finish similar to those here tonight. So it's a good thing that we have iRacing. We can immortalize tracks, some old ones. And just a couple weeks ago, we ran Legacy, Texas, which was a lot of fun. So. After the caution for the number 17 to Josh Oswald, we're getting ready to go back green here. As a pace car going to pull him off turn 4. Barney got the green flag in hand. And green flag is out. Jason Warren steps on the gas. Oh, Mickey Isaac. Mickey Isaac going through the grass. Actually slides down pit road. No caution as he's going to slide through pit road. Most likely going to get a penalty. Somebody might clear that for him, but he's having to, just a awful time there of having to follow pit road speed to get back out on the track. No caution for him, and so he is going to be in danger of going a lap down really quick. So Mickey Isaac gets a little bit loose on the start. go up front. Jason Warren able to get a good jump with Alan Wernecki, able to get around that 53. As this is the time where after that, after those pit stops, guys are going to be looking at their tire wear, deciding, did I run hard enough? You know, talking to your teammates. You know, did I run a little bit too hard? Did I burn that right front up a little bit? Did I burn that right rear up? Now's the time to decide. Got to make a few adjustments. You can't change anything in the car or about the car, but you can change how you push that throttle down, how you turn that steering wheel. So we're going to see those who are really good at adapting, how they make those adjustments going forward here. Cossack gets a big run through the middle of the corner, then almost stalls out as he goes down to the inside. Looked like he was going to try to peek down to the inside of the 16, but you see him making that top side work. Gets to the right rear quarter of the 16. Going to make the 16 have to check up just a tad bit. Going to get a nice run off the corner and get to the back bumper of his teammate. He is going. Keep an eye on that and see. Making up spots early is pretty good, but we see guys like Jonah Colbert backing off a little bit, not driving as hard as he was. That tells me a lot about what the car is doing. Trying to save a little bit of tires. He is backing way on down. He's lost a lot of spots. Right behind him, the 23, though, Aaron Adcock. Made up 11 spots. He's not the hard charger. Charles Stevens has moved up 14 spots, but, man, he is on the move. Got inside the top 10. He's moving forward. Similar to what happened last week. He followed Kent Hunley last week from the back all the way to the front and was able to take the lead and get that W for that 23 machine. Looking to do that again tonight, but it looks like Kent Huntley not trying to wait around. He's ready to go. Kent Huntley not able to make that pass, trying to keep the pressure on though. Sometimes you kind of peek down to the inside on entry, try to get that guy to lift or change his line a little bit, and he misses the corner, then you have the advantage. But Aaron able to keep the power down and get that position. As we look up front, the second place, Alan Wernecki. Jason Warren is gone, so I don't know what he is, what he's found, or nervously, it makes me think that everybody else realize they're going to have to start saving tires a lot more than they did the last time. And Jason Warren maybe not getting the memo, or he found something out there, as he has got a 1.1 second lead over the field. Running the fastest laps on the track. We'll look out the back bumper of Jason Warren. You see pretty big gap there back to that green 72 of Alan Wernecki. Check in on Tyler Rice in that 6 machine. Got Cody Bain right behind him. Josh Oswald, the recipient of a bump from Bubba Wallace, worked his way back up into 15th. Back up front, still Jason Warren, 1.1 second lead over Al Renecki. Right behind him is Michael Kostick. And then your points leader, Jonathan Cofield, right behind him. Like I said, this run, I want to see who has figured out the tire situation. You know, guys made the adjustments with their driving habits and style and what they need to do. Let's see who has made the right adjustments. We saw Alan Renecki drive up through the field. Warren, Michael Kostick, all these guys able to make up a ton of time. But our biggest mover right now is Charles Stevens. He is, man, he is a man on the mission. And it's crazy with the runs that we're having and the long, long-ish green flag runs. If that continues, I think we're going to see just a lot of competition up at the front. It's just going to get harder and harder to pass. It's going to be harder and harder to run people down. You know, I feel like if he's running third or fourth in that first run, you might find yourself running 8th, 9th before too long. Charles Stevens on the move, man. 15 spots, started 25th and running 10th. And he is looking to make a move here on the 68 of Stephen McDonald. Stephen, he started 10th. He's running 9th right now, so he kind of holding steady. Check in on Mickey Isaac, running about 16 seconds behind the field with that penalty. Put him behind the 8 ball, but man, after 50 laps, we're halfway. Everybody's still on the lead lap. That's pretty impressive. He's going to have a caution to get back in this thing, that's for sure. Right now, Al Renecki, the fastest car on the track. Jason Warren, about a 10th slower. That last lap, we'll see. Oh, caution's out. Oh, Charles Stevens Jr. in the wall. Oh, and Kai Shapard comes in there for a little love tap at the end. So Charles Stevens Jr., your biggest mover, goes around. Let's see what happened to Charles here. Going down the inside of Steve McDonald and driving that car deep into the corner. It kind of slides up a little bit, but, just a racing deal. Yeah, it's really hard to say, who came up, came down. Looks like just sort of a meet in the middle type thing. Charles is trying to make that pass, and he goes around. So, unfortunately, going to have to take a tow. Looked like his motor expired, so tough deal for Charles, the number 88. You see his motor gave up, so right now he's sitting in pit road waiting on a tow. He'll get that tow, get that fast repair, and get back into this thing. He's going to be the only car one lap down, so if he gets himself a couple cautions, he can get right back in this thing. We've already seen him drive through the field once, so expect to see that again. Now, different strategies coming up. 20, everybody last pitted on lap 31 on that first caution, and now we're having the first run of tire strategies. You only have 2 sets left. You start with 1, and you got 2 extra, so you have to make decisions on when to use those. And with 50 laps to go, we've got about 9 drivers who decide to stay out and save a set of tires. So if we go 25 laps and we have another caution or get a couple cautions, you might get a green, white checkered with a set of tires in the pits. So tire strategy, some people don't like restrictive tire strategies, but I think, man, I think there's a skill there. You want to add as many skills as you can in your series. You don't want to constantly reward the fastest driver. You want to reward the fastest driver, the best tire saver, the best race manager, the best person that can make best person to make a green flag pit stop, and also the best tire manager, fuel strategy. All those things are important for a race car driver, especially a virtual one. So it's good to have these decisions. You have to make the right call, making these guys decide when to come in and take them. And that strategy makes these races really exciting. And if you make the right call, with about, if you have 10 laps to go and you're the only one on tires and everybody else has been 30 laps on their tires, you're going to drive right to the front. So everyone from Jason Warren on back only has one set of tires left for 50 laps. So right now, Michael Kosick, Jonathan Cofield out front. Oh, you see the tire spin as guys got a little bit loose there on those old tires. We'll watch Jason Warren as he's the first driver on new tires. He's going to the outside of Brandon Pollock already. We'll see what difference those tires actually make as they get up to speed. It'll take about a half lap or so. I expect to see the difference right here in 3 and 4. Go down the corner and just see how quickly he is closing in on the 75. There is an urgency if you're Jason Warren to get up here to the front as quickly as possible, but you still got to save tires. You don't want to push too hard and burn them up. Because Daniel Pope right behind him, he's going to follow him. Just going to follow his tire tracks. You just make the hole, I'll drive through it. Trying to go to the inside of Chuck. Chuck battling hard on the outside. On those older tires, Chuck battling hard here as he gets a big run, but I think Chuck will be able to, or Jason Warren will be able to make this pass right here, and he does. He'll clear the 75, or not quite. Chuck, man, he is making that top side work. To be honest, at the moment, we'll see once they get some clean air here, but at the moment it doesn't look like the tires are that big a difference. Of course, they are racing hard back here, but yeah, I'm not sure that, which is a little surprising. They're a little bit faster, but not, I mean, it's not that much. The leader last ran a 31.94. Jason Warren ran a 31.79, so just a little bit faster, but not as much as I thought it would be. This should be a good up-to-speed lap. This will be the best barometer for how good those tires are. Across the line. Wow, really impressive, but Jason Warren and Michael Kosick actually ran the same lap time. Go check out this little 3-car breakaway a little bit as they're kind of taking it easy. Jonah Colbert, last time by, was the fastest car on the track with 20-lap old tires. Oh, man, goes down to the inside, has to kind of wiggle a little bit off the corner, but he's ready to battle for the lead. 31 going to the front. saw him back there saving tires, backing it up on that the green flag of that second run. And it looks like those tires still working pretty good for him. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised about how 20 laps on tires really not making that big a difference. That's really surprising. That's pretty. It's not normal here. At least I don't think so for Atlanta. But a great battle here. Jonah working that top side. Michael Kosick jumps up to the top, started blocking his run. And now Cofield going to go to the inside. Jonah kind of boxed in with the 3 running his line. Jonah trying to take the lead is going to likely fall back to 3rd place if he can't make this pass work. What a great battle here for the lead. Love to see this. Jonah going to fall back to 3rd. Now here comes Kosick down to the inside. Jonah going to follow him. As, man, look at Aaron Adcock making his way up here to the front. He's like, hey, how you doing? Here I am. That Monster Energy 23 machine, he has, I don't know, but he's turned the page here lately. As last week got up there and won after driving through the field. And today, 14 spots is what he's made up here. And he is closing in on the top 3 quickly. About 2/10 faster every lap. Of course, they are battling pretty hard up there. But regardless, he is still getting, making up a ton of time on these guys. Battle raging on for 2nd place. Kosick and Colbert trying to settle it. As they do that, though, Jonathan Cofield pulling away from him. Yeah, what a great strategy call by these guys up front, electing to stay out on old tires. That was definitely the right call. As at the moment, unless there's just something I'm missing strategy-wise, but new tires does not seem like it is that important. Oh, Aaron Adcock going to look to the outside of Jonah. Gets that right rear quarter panel spotter call. And he is looking to the outside of 31, trying to take that 3rd place. Fighting hard on the inside, but that top side should prevail. He gets a little draft from the 3. 31 going to fall back in line. Michael Nash right behind them. And then about a second back, you got Jason Warren. Yeah, right now, clean air seems to be way more important than 20 laps on tires, because Cofield about a 10th faster than anybody else. Go check. On that battle between the fresh tire guys is Alan Renecki has taken over that spot. Right behind them, you've got battle. Chuck Phelps, Kent Hundley, and Matt Clemon, Brandon Pollock waiting in the wings. These guys battle side by side. Oh, Matt Clemon in the wall, kind of gets stuck a little bit. Going to lose a ton of time as here comes Aaron Johnson to the inside. But does a good job able to get off the wall without making contact with anybody or spinning out. So does a good job, but he's going to lose a ton of spots. We just saw make that pass. Aaron Johnson in the 21 had to start from the pits. Gets that caution, gets out there on some tires, and he has made his way up to the 12th position. Up front, though, look here. Aaron Adcock, man, he's something else, man. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. Jonah Colbert, though, coming down pit road. Oh, and man, almost gets into the grass. Hopefully he made it down to speed. But Jonah Colbert coming down pit road, 30 laps to go. He does have an extra set of tires in the pit, so this is his second as he comes down pit road. Don't know how much, I don't know how if you're going to be able to undercut. We like I said, we haven't seen tires really make too much of a difference, but we'll see what he's able to do as he comes out. Oh, Jonah's actually out of the race, so I don't know what in the world happened to Jonah. It's like Jonah had some sort of problem, but I don't really know what happened. Trying to see if he got into the wall, maybe got some damage or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know what happened to Jonah, but he's out of the race. But we got guys coming down pit road, following his lead. So I don't know if he sped or got a commitment cone violation. We saw him pretty close, and instead of serving the penalty, he must have just called it quits. But here comes Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, the whole bandit bunch coming down pit road. And that gives the lead over to Aaron Adcock, who now he's making his way with Michael Nash down pit road. And this is going to be, if we stay green, the final pit stop of the night. So let's see who is able to make up some time. Are those new tires going to make enough difference to maybe undercut somebody who's going to come out with the lead, as Cofield now out on the track, blending in on the back straightaway. Jonathan Cofield crossing the start-finish line. Now, Aaron Adcock coming out of pits. There goes Jonathan Cofield. So Cofield will have that advantage. Aaron looks like he did not have a very fast pit stop, or just didn't get on and off pit road fast enough. So he's going to have a lot of work to do to run down that 58 machine. But right now, Al Bernecki electing to stay out for a little bit longer. These guys who came in on lap 50, I expected, well, we got a 3-wide deal here, as here comes Cofield around the outside. He is battling to get up there and unlap himself. And that'll be extremely important if a caution does come out. Cofield kind of made 20-lap tires look pretty good there. As Mike Kostick, Jonathan Cofield running their best laps of the race right now, as they're trying to hunt down and get back on the lead lap. Getting as much as they can out of those first few laps of those tires where the grip is the best that it can be. And there goes Jonathan Cofield now, unlaps himself. Kostick going to try to do something similar. Last lap, Alan Renecki ran about a 34-second lap time. Jonathan Cofield running a 32 flat. So about 2 seconds quicker right now. But Alan Bernecki still out on track. Like I said, these guys pitted on lap 50, so they can go quite a bit longer on fuel. And with guys pitting right around lap 30 or so, you would assume they can't make it to 50, so that they're probably not going to be able to make it from lap 50. But we'll see how that plays out. Right now, your top 5: Al Wernicke, Daniel Pope, Jason Warren, Kent Hundley, and Aaron Johnson. Ray Page running 6th, Josh Oswald 7th, Jason Lottridge 8th, 9th, Tyler Rice, and 10th is Dave Jones. All those guys have yet to make their pit stop. As you see, Aaron Adcock unlap himself too. So now Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, Aaron Adcock safe from any cautions that may come out. Got us a little battle here between Jason Lottridge, Josh Oswald. Jason in the 48, Josh in the 17, side by side for position. So it's going to be interesting if we stay green with these different pit strategies. You know, these guys on new tires are going to make up a ton of time. They're going to have a huge lead, but these guys come down pit road. Now the advantage will flip-flop. But only 21 laps to go. I think if I'm going to have to pit, I've got to do it now and go ahead and get myself going forward. I just don't know. Oh, Ken Huntley spinning on pit road, trying to get her woed up to get down pit road. That's going to hurt him. He's sitting sideways on pit road. Doesn't look like he got any damage, able to get that thing rolling, but he's going to lose a ton of time there. Yeah, going to be interesting to see how this plays out. If they, you know, these guys who have stayed out on tires, just don't know how much time Jonathan Cofield been able to make up. I mean, he's 2 seconds faster a lap. I mean, that's a big difference. And here comes Alan Wernicke now. So 20 laps to go, coming down to get fresh tires. Is it going to be enough? Is there going to be enough difference to get to make up that time that they just made up? You know, it's just tough. I know they pitted on lap 50, but once you see them guys come down pit road, I can't imagine not coming down with them. But we'll see what the difference is on these guys who are making the pit stops now and see if maybe they can run them down. But I think Jonathan Cofield's going to have a huge lead whenever this pit cycle is done. Al Wernicke, Cody Boehm comes down pit road, 78 Pennzoil Velocity Chevrolet. Going to make what he hopes to be his final pit stop as he slides well through his pit stall. Those old tires just don't stop like you need them to. Back up front, though, your new leader, Daniel Pope. See, he's just got a... Oh, my goodness. What happened to Wernicke, but he looked a little bit loose there. Coming back up on track. Got a battle here for 4th place. Tyler Rice goes to the outside of Ray Page, and now here comes Dave Jones in the White Castle Ford Mustang. And number 16, Daniel Pope, gives up the lead with 16 laps to go. I am very, very interested to see what it's going to cycle around to. Cofield comes down pit road. Oh, Greg Froelich crashed. So does Aaron Johnson. 2 cars sitting down on the apron. Greg Froelich barely moving. Where's the 21? Aaron Johnson, you see him sitting there with damage. And caution comes out with 15 laps to go. Oh, man. Well, I don't know what you do here. Let's go back and see what happened. Greg Froelich, 21, racing. Ooh, looks like the 21 comes down a little bit. Who the hell was that coming in at the end there? I think that was Thomas Sly, man, just rolling in there, Days of Thunder style. Yeah, it looks like I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's go on board with the 21. Let's see if we can maybe get a better idea what's going on. But it looks like the 21 just comes down the track. But, hell, if I can find him. Go in the cockpit here. Yeah, let's. Hell, I don't know. I don't know if the 21 thought the 71 was going to get right at the grass, and the 71 just didn't do that. But the 21 comes down and gets that right rear quarter, and they both go into the wall. And then Thomas Sly, man, with nowhere to go as he just kind of flies in there. Let's go on board with him. He's got a undercarriage full. Oh, man, nowhere to go. He saw the wreck happen, got off the gas, went low. Greg Froelich bounces off the wall and gets a piece of it. Well, Cofield's going to cycle around to the lead. Michael Kostick is second. Aaron Adcock third. Aaron going to be glad to see that caution as he's going to be able to get back up near the front. We're going to have a lot of wave rounds. Lots of drivers trapped the lap down too, so. We'll see how everything cycles out, but could be some bad news for some folks. Only 14 laps to go. If you're at the back, that's going to be a tough deal. Yeah, it looks like Daniel Pope coming back down pit road. I think he probably saw the caution come out, and you can't stop in your pit box or you'll get a penalty. And so now he's having to make his pit stop now. That's going to put him all the way at the back of this field. Just a tough break for him as he waited that caution out, just hoping to get it, and yeah, just caught it at just the worst time. Jason Warren, who stayed out a good bit of time there, was able to come down pit road in the lead, comes out in 8th place, so now he'll have the freshest tires. Only 15 laps fresher, though, so I just don't know how much, he had 20 lap fresher tires before and really wasn't able to make up that much time, so we'll see what he's got here, but he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to get back up to the front. Right now, I'm just wanting to see what the 23 and the 27's got. We know Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, really, really fast. Shouldn't have too much issue, but I'm interested to see what the 23 and 27's got. And maybe even what Chuck's got back there. We haven't seen Chuck around the front, but you never know what Chuck's got in the holster there. All right, wave arounds going around the field here. We're getting doubled up. Going to have 11 laps to go when we go green, and it is going to be a wild race here as somebody might be punching the ticket to the next round. Nobody locked in yet, but one of these top two would definitely love to go ahead and get that win. That way next week they don't have to worry about it at all. There we go, coming off turn 4. 11 lap shootout here in the Rebels Arca Series. Jonathan Cofield with control of the restart. In the Geico restart zone, he stomps the gas and he is gone. We'll try to get this thing rolling as Aaron Adcock did not get a good start there on the bottom in that 23 machine. But he's going to line up in 4th place. Cofield going to get a nice little lead here. And it is going on back here. Jason Warren up on the high side, trying to make a move. Mickey Isaac kind of moves up the block. And Jason Warren going to go down to the inside. With those fresh tires, man, let's see what he can do with them. Looking really, really fast already. I think last time he must have been holding out. He may have pitted for fuel, but didn't. You know, I may be an idiot, guys. I think I'll have to. Doing too much talking, not enough thinking. I think the reason why the 20-lap tires didn't seem as strong is because I think nobody took tires that second pit stop. I think they took fuel only. So my mistake. The light bulb just went off now as I'm watching Jason Warren all over the back bumper of these guys. The light bulb goes off. They come down for fuel, no tires. So tires are making a huge difference. Jason Warren, he has got a lot of speed, but nowhere to go. Oh, Ray Page gets way out of shape, able to hang on to it, though. That 45, trying to find some place to go. He's like, man, I got the tires. I just need the space. Y'all give it to me. Man, look how wild it is back here. Man, we got guys everywhere. Daniel Pope, Chuck Phelps, Mickey Isaac, 3 wide back here. This is outside the top 10. These guys, man, they are racing their guts out trying to get up to the front. So everything I said about old tires, new tires, you can forget it because new tires do make a difference. Looks like they, good gosh. These guys are so much faster, but just nowhere to go with those tires, man. Oh, goodness. 3 wide here. Josh Oswald goes to the inside of Aaron Adcock. These guys fighting hard for their positions, but those new tires eating them up. And we got a battle for the lead. Jason Warren going to go to the outside. Cofield can't do anything about it. 7 laps to go, and here comes Josh Oswald as well. Go to the inside. Ray Page coming along with him. Look at the difference in the tires. I don't know what I was thinking. I knew I've never seen an Atlanta race where tires didn't matter. And I'm over thinking that they didn't mean nothing. But you can tell right now they mean everything as these drivers just driving by. Jonathan Cofield, Aaron Adcock, like they're sitting still. Aaron Adcock all the way back to 10th place now. He's just falling like a rock with 6 laps to go. Pope taking a look to the inside of the 48 of Jason Lottridge. Jason Lottridge right now made up 20 positions from where he started, having a hell of a run. He's able to make that outside work and hang on to that spot. Now Al Murnecki jumps up to the outside of the 16. And if you're Cofield, if you're Caustic, you're kicking yourself right now as they are just falling back quickly. Michael Caustic back in 15th. Jonathan Cofield all the way back in 9th. Jason Lottridge going to the inside of Ray Page. Going to slide up a little bit, though. Oh, and Al Renecki gives the 48 the bumper. Jason Lottridge going around, and caution comes out with 3 laps to go. We'll see. That should give us our first of 2 green-white checkers. Jason Warren did not want to see that. at all. Well, I don't know what to tell these guys who on those old tires, but I imagine I would just go ahead and go down pit road, but you just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen here. A couple quick cautions, and you might not get the race. If you're Jason Ward, if you're Josh Oswald, Ray Page, Al Renecki, Daniel Pope, I think you're staying out here. There ain't no way you're going to give up that track position. We already saw how difficult it was for these guys to make it through the field. So last thing you want to do is pit here. But I think if you're at the back, you might think about it. Cody Bame going to be the lucky dog as he goes around. Pace car going to get back on the lead lap. Cody currently running in the 19th position. We saw him slide through his pit stall under green flag, and that kind of put him behind the 8 ball, but back on the lead lap now. Well, first of 2 green-white checkers will get 2 attempts at it. Y'all all know the NASCAR rules, but if you don't, if they get the white flag, iRacing does not throw cautions on the white flag. So white flag, leader takes the white flag, that's it. We'll race back to the line. If a caution comes out before the leader takes the white flag, they'll get back lined up and they'll do it again for a second attempt. If we don't get the white flag on that attempt, the race will be over. So no guarantees here. If you're Jason Warren, you have to take mental notes of the tire spin that happened earlier. That's really the only thing that can mess him up. He's going to have control of the restart, get a good jump, set sail, and get on out of there. He is at the best. He's in the best position right here. If you're Josh Oswald, Ray Page, Al Renecki, a little bit tougher to navigate. You're hoping that it goes green so you have a chance to get up there and fight the 45. All right, should get the 1 to go this time by. Well, what is going to happen here? Got a lot of guys up here who need a win to get into the playoffs. Jason Warren sitting in 12th in points. He is currently out of the next round. A win here could send him to the round of 8. Outside of him is Josh Oswald, who also would love to have a win. He's about middle of the pack as far as points goes, I think. He may be Josh Oswald actually 4th in points, so he'd love to get a win as well. Al Renecki too. So a lot of guys up here hungry for a win. Well, who's it gonna be? First green-white checkered attempt. And the green flag is out. Jason Warren gets a nice jump. Not a dominant one. Oh, you see Davy Jones get a little bit loose back there. Able to get it get it going as he looks like he is off the pace just a little bit. Chuck looking to the outside, but we go back up front. Josh Oswald on the back bumper of the 45. Does he have enough to get around that 45 machine? Go into the corner, 17 up high a little bit, trying to get the run off the corner. You see Tyler Rice way up the track, trying to make that high line work. Why not? Not trying to save tires anymore, that's for sure. White flag is out for Jason Warren. Got to make 4 more corners. Goes down into turn number 1. 17 gets a nice little drive into the corner. Will he get the drive off? Like he drove in just a little bit too deep. 45 is going to have the run down the back straightaway. Got a nice little 2.5 tenth gap. Last corner here. Does the 17 have anything for the 45? And coming off of turn 4, Jason Warren with the pit strategy is going to take home the victory here at Old Atlanta. And he is going to punch his ticket to the round of 8. He's gone. He ain't got to worry about it. He ain't got to show up next week. And he'll be in the round of 8. What a great drive by Jason Warren. Comes home with the victory. Josh Oswald with a 2nd place. And look at there, Ray Page with a 3rd place finish here tonight at Atlanta. Man, what a great finish. Tire strategy at the end. Talked about it. How tires is going to make a difference with those, with only having 3 sets of tires, and it definitely made the difference tonight as it kind of got everybody all tangled up there. And with that caution, really changed the whole the look of the end of that race. Well, all right, let's talk to some people, see what they thought about this race, get their opinions on it. And we'll be talking to, first off is Ray Page. Ray Page is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, man. How you doing, Eddie?
Man, I'm doing good, but not as good as you, man. 3rd place finish. You started 8th, man. Got on the podium. Hey, I say, if you can't win the race, get a damn interview. And here you are, sitting in a 3rd place finish with that tire strategy and up there racing your guts out there at the end. Talk about your race, man, how he's able to get it done.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back. Just been so busy, haven't been able to race like I wanted to. So, just knocking the dust off every time I get up here, it seems like. But tonight, I love these cars. They're loose. I like loose race cars, so it kind of played to me. And I just kind of took it easy and through the first part, and then we did that tire strategy. And when we came back up through there, man, it was just following Josh and Jason. I mean, it was that simple. Just cutting through there. We diced it up pretty good. It was a good run.
Yeah, did you find that the top side, low side, middle side, what groove was working for you for the majority of the race?
More low side for me, I think. I ran the top a couple times just to try it and to cool the right front. I mean, the right front's wearing like crazy on these things, of course, here, and just trying to cool the right front off some. And it just seemed like I wanted to hug that bottom more than I did anything.
Well, you did a good job of it, and there at the end, fighting your guts out to stay in that 3rd place, and you were able to hang on to it. So congratulations, Ray. That was a pretty awesome drive for you. As always, man, the floor is yours. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
Man, just thank the guys at Velocity. I mean, working with those guys, running a lot of short track stuff, and working with Pope. Just give a shout out to Pope, man. He'll make you a better driver if you're around him a lot. So I want to thank those guys as always. Thank you guys for, of course, broadcasting. The bin stores on the car, man. So you got to thank them, right? But other than that, man, that's about all it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, man. Awesome race, great finish. Looking to see maybe get you that win next week.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, man.
Ray Page, 3rd place finisher tonight. 2nd place goes to Josh Oswald. Josh, is Eddie in booth? You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Man, wow, what a crazy race. Not necessarily up front all night long, but man, that tire strategy call, that pit strategy worked out in your favor. Able to follow Jason all the way to the front, and man, able to stay there, coming home in 2nd place. Talk about your race, and then when you made that tire strategy, what was your thoughts, and were you surprised at how quickly y'all got up through the field?
Well, I mean, we only had the 3 sets of tires for the whole race, and I had to use one when our glorious league commissioner decided to put me around, you know. But I had to use a set there, so I knew when we got that second caution, I came in and took fuel only so I could stretch out the next run a little bit. I knew I didn't have enough to go to the end. That caution came out at the perfect time because my right front was at 6%. I was getting ready to come down and take 2 tires
Wow.
under green. So I mean, it just really paid off. I mean, I knew, you know, old Atlanta likes to chew up these tires, so all those guys had at least 10 laps on their tires. So I knew we'd have some good run on them, but Warren opened up the gaps, and I followed him right through, and you know, would have liked to race it out a little bit more, but I would, burning him up just as much trying to slice through the field. But I'm happy. It's velocity 1, 2, 3 with me, him, and Ray. So it's a good night.
Yeah, on that last green white checkered, I noticed you were driving deep into the corner. Would it just not stick off the corner? What were you struggling with to try to? I know you were trying to run down Jason at the end. What more did you need to maybe be able to get by him there?
I was losing the front end in the center late in that run. I mean, I was throwing everything it had, trying a few different entry lines, and the front end just wouldn't stick in the center for me to get the drive off. I wanted to try and make a move. So I'm happy for Jason. That win gets him into the next round after the bad race he had last week. I'm pretty solid into the next round on points, so it's good for all of us.
There you go. Well, congratulations on the second place finish. Good point stay. I'd love to have gotten the win, but second place to your teammates always good. Congratulations, always, man. Who you got to thank? Sponsor shout outs.
I'd like to thank you for doing the broadcast. Our wonderful commissioner, Brandon Wallace, and Bubba's Tire Used Bargain Barn, and Big Frig Coolers. If you don't have one, get yourself one. Velocity Motorsports, Superior Performance Motorsports, Shock Eye Racing Performance. All my friends and family that watch and cheer on at home, and shout out to Magic Mike.
All right, Josh. Well, congratulations, man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I never really know how to dismount out of the interviews, but all right, we'll see you next week. Well, anyway, let's bring in our winner tonight. Winner, chicken dinner, Jason Damn Warren. What's going on in the booth? You got me. I gave Jason that big old intro, and he's gonna leave me hanging. Jason, Steady the booth. You got me. Jason, Steady the booth. You got me. Jason Warren. Can you hear me? Well, I'll talk a little bit about the series, and we'll see if the points have updated while we wait on Jason to come back and see if there's any movement in the points. The points should be updated at the moment. We'll see if that's true. This is all unofficial, so nothing official as of yet, but we'll go ahead and throw it up on the screen if we can. And there you have it. There's a change in the points. Jonathan Cofield, who comes home in 10th after kind of getting snookered on the strategy there. Well, not really snookered, just didn't have really much of a choice but stay out there with that late race caution. And but he's able to maintain the lead. But now what was a pretty sizable lead over second place is now just 3 points as Alan Renecki able to come home in fourth place. So the points are really, really tight now. Of course, Jason Warren now jumps all the way from 12th all the way to the top as now he is the only driver locked into the playoffs. I would imagine Alan Renecki, Cofield, Oswald, Tyler Rice, those guys pretty close on points. It's going to be tough for William Griffith to get in there as he was out tonight. Greg Froenick going to need some help to get up there and point himself in. It looks like Steve McDonald, Brandon Wallace, Greg Froenick going to need a win to get up into the top 8. So gonna be a uphill battle for those guys, but that's why you win and you in. There's a plenty of opportunities to get that done, as Jason Warren showed us tonight. Of course, with that win, Jason actually jumps up from 12th all the way to 5th place in the points. So either way, we would have been in pretty good shape moving into the next week. But going to be exciting to see how this shakes out. I mean, honestly, there are some series. There's some leagues, out there that, top 12, not a huge deal. But here, being in the top 12, making the playoffs is a massive deal. And to get in the top 8 in this series, I think, is a huge testament to your racing ability and skill. And so if you make the top 8, you are one of the elite. So all these drivers trying to fight to get in those positions. Jason Warren, you here? Oh, Jason Warren is gone. I don't see him in chat. Looks like we're going to have to filibuster just a little bit longer. But, yeah, Atlanta always puts on a great show. I hate to see, some extracurricular at the end. You hate to see guys like Jonathan Cofield who, run up front all night and get beat by strategy. But that's what I talked about early. You got to make that just adds another wrinkle in these races with these lower tire counts. Um, you got to make those right calls. And sometimes there's not a right call. Sometimes it is um, it's just a luck thing. You make all the right calls and you still end up on the wrong side of it, and that's racing. So, but Cofield still, I know he's determined to get up there and get him a win. Caustic too, or not get a win. He's got 3 on the season, but get a championship. Caustic in the same boat. He ended up finishing in 14th, but those guys fast every week, so I expect them to contend for this championship, be in the top 4. But I know they'd love to get that win tonight. But I like the tire strategy game. I think it, like I said before, it makes a really really interesting race. And we got Jason Warren in chat. You got me?
Yeah. I'm on my phone. My Discord screwed up.
Hell yeah, that's that's a guy who wants to get a damn interview. He gets on his phone to give the interview. Jason damn Warren, what's going on, buddy? Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. That was a really freaking great win. God dang, feels amazing.
Well,
good shit.
You're sitting 12th in points. You didn't need a win, but damn sure it does make it a whole lot easier next week when you got that win and you don't have to worry about the cutoff race. The points is extremely tight, knowing how strong this field is. I said before you got back in here, being in the top 8 is, to me, almost as good as winning a championship, how strong this field is, especially here lately. So getting a win, getting on to the next round, you don't have to worry about next week. But, great call. Talk about that strategy. Talk about the first part of the race, but then definitely I want to hear about the decision to come down, take those tires, and then the drive through the field.
Well, I was actually pretty well screwed on points because I had such a disastrous week last week. I was like 20 points off from the cutoff, and I think Caustic was up there, and Brandon Wallace always plays it safe, and Lottridge, he just always beats me. So yeah, it was pretty well going to be impossible. So I knew I was going to have to win to get in, which makes it not even sweeter. At the beginning of the race, I felt pretty good. I was watching Jonah and Cofield battle left and right, which was perfectly fine with me. It's great to watch. I wasn't really trying. I was trying to save a little bit, but not that much because I don't really know how to do that. Then I managed to get by. I think Jonah scraped the wall, got by him. Then I got by Cofield. Then I burnt my stuff up. Had a great pit stop somehow. Came out in first. And then I think Warnecki was great on the long run. If he wasn't such a fucking idiot and wrecked Lottridge, he might have won the race tonight. He's just stupid. But yeah, that call actually probably would have backfired because we forgot about the 75% fuel, and we were actually 9 laps short when we came out. Or I think it's not. Yeah, it was 8 or 9 or something like that. So Pope came in right before me. And then I was going to come in about 2 or 3 laps later. And then that caution came out, got tires. And then we bring home the bacon, baby.
Well, you definitely did that, man. Great call of a race. And you're up front all race, making all the right decisions and taking the tires when you did. It was a good call, and man, you were rewarded for it. So congratulations. You get to not really have to worry about Iowa. You got Bristol, Homestead, and Rockingham. How you feel about the last 4 tracks as far as getting into the top 4 and racing for the championship at Charlotte?
I'm just going to take it a race at a time. I think I'm going to be really good at Iowa. the last race of the season at Charlotte. I won there in the 87s, but I only won there because that really fat dude that sweats a lot wrecked his teammate. Um, so that's the only reason I won there. But I think we'll see what happens. Um,
Well, I
there's
gotta think Bristol, Bristol, Homestead, and Rockingham got to be good tracks for you. So, but hey, look, everybody's looking at you now because you're sitting top of the point standing. So, got a lot of swag that you can roll into Iowa next week and maybe make it 2 in a row, keep somebody else from locking themselves in. Be a good place to do it. But congratulations, Jason. As always, man. Who you got to thank? Any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, I just got one more thing to say. I didn't really come here to fuck around tonight, and I think I proved. I'd like to thank SPM, Velocity Motorsports, Josh Oswald, Ray Page with a third place finish. That
Yeah.
makes my heart smile. Good for him. I'd like to thank Alan Warnicki for wrecking Lottridge, although Lottridge is my guy and Warnicki doesn't know how to race clean. Uh, yeah, Brandon Wallace, Bubba Wallace, putting on a great league. This league has some really good drivers in it. Cofield, Caustic. I could go on and on. Like it is stacked to high heaven. So to even get a win in this league is really fantastic. You for calling the race, you're freaking wonderful. I'm gonna start calling you Mr. Wonderful. But yeah, that's all I got, my man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the win, locking yourself into the round of 8, and man, championship contender for sure. So, congratulations, Jason. We'll see you next week.
All right, see you, bud.
Again, not nailing the dismount, but hey, look, great interview there. Good to see some personality in this league. We get in here, and of course, I do the same thing as a broadcaster, trying to be too serious. Sometimes it's good to have a little personality. Jason Moore got plenty of it and something to go around. So, congratulations again. Congratulations to all the top 5. Let's bring up the results and go through that real quick. I'll try to make it fast. You've been able to see it the whole time on the screen. That's the practice. Let's do the race. We know the top 3. Alan Renecki comes home 4th. Daniel Pope 5th. Tyler Rice 6th. Kent Hunley 7th. Jason Lottridge 8th. Aaron Adcock 9th. Jonathan Cofield 10th. Michael Nash 11th. Mickey Isaac 12th. Dave Jones 13th. Michael Kostick 14th. 15th. Brandon Pollitt 16th. Kai Shapper. Cody Bain 17th. Thomas Sly comes home in 18th. 19th. Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Matt Cleveland 20th. 21st, Steve McDonald. 22nd, Brandon Wallace. 23rd, Aaron Johnson. 24th, Greg Froenick. 25th, Charles Stevens Jr. And 26th, Jonah Colbert. That's your field. So, awesome race. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. I've said enough already, and just a lot of fun. Love this Arca series. Hate to see that it's about to come to an end in the next few weeks. But as always, we get it started back up. I can't wait. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next week at Iowa.